In a world driven by data algorithms and relentless scientific progress, you'd think we'd have all the answers by now, but every so often the universe throws us a curveball. Something so bizarre, so unexplainable, that even the brightest minds in science are left confused. Here are 25 incredible discoveries that science can't explain. 15. Who did the Denisovans breathe it? The Denisovans, one of our ancient relatives, have already sparked a lot of questions in our quest to understand human evolutions. But the plot has thickened. Recent DNA analysis has revealed that they made with an unidentified species approximately 30,000 years ago. The exact identity of this mystery partner hasn't been discovered yet. All we know is that this species contributed to the Denisovans' distinctive set of teeth, which doesn't match anything found in the living world today. 14. The Fulton Drums mysterious link to Stonehenge. The Fulton Drums are a fascinating archaeological find. Discovered in 1889 near Fulton in North Yorkshire, England, these three intricately carved chalk cylinders date back to the Neolithic period around 2600 to 2100 BCE, and yet despite their name, they're believed to be ceremonial or ritual objects. Rather than actual drums, what's really fascinating is their possible link to ancient structures like Stonehenge. One recent study found that the cylinder measurements might have been used to lay out the incredible stone circles and other Neolithic monuments found across Britain. While the consensus is still out there, and that's one, it would be incredible if proven true. 13. How does some animals live without oxygen? You think all living things need oxygen, right? Well, scientists just found some tiny animals living there in the Mediterranean Sea that don't need it. The creatures are Laraciferous phylum, miniature animals that evolved to survive in oxygen-free environments after the ocean's oxygen levels dropped and salt took over. Until this discovery, we didn't know any complex animals could thrive without oxygen. For now, scientists can't explain how the animals is adapted, and it's triggered an avalanche of new research into what marine life might have been like around 600 million years ago. 12. What is making the Arctic craters? Every year, NASA's Operation Icebreak flies over the polar regions to keep tabs on any ice changes. In 2018, something extraordinary caught their eyes over the eastern Baffled Sea. Massive craters in the sea ice. At first, scientists thought seals might be behind the holes, but these craters were way too big for seals. The idea of a meteor strike didn't fit either. If it were a meteor, we'd see more scattered impacts. The theory of a hot upwelling from warmer Arctic waters was also ruled out, as the craters were too small for that. The most intriguing theory for now is that whales could be punching breathing holes, but the verdict is still out. 11. What happened to Venus? Venus is often called a hellscape, and for good reason. It's the hottest planet in our solar system, with temperature soaring to 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Its atmosphere is a thick carbon dioxide-rich blanket, with clouds of sulfuric acid swirling above a landscape of sharp volcanic lava flows. adding surface pressure that's 92 times greater than what we experience here on Earth, and it's clear why Venus is so inhospitable. But here's the twist. Some scientists think Venus might have once been a lot like Earth, possibly even with liquid water oceans, and that raises big questions about our own planet, and more importantly, why. Did Venus become desperately wasteland while Earth remained a paradise? There are currently two main theories. One suggests that the sun might have scorched Venus into oblivion, while the other points to volcanic activity. However, it remains a mystery. 10. Have we finally unraveled the mystery behind earthquake lights? For centuries, people have reported seeing strange glowing lights before or during earthquakes. But this cause of these earthquake lights has remained a mystery. Today, some of our latest research might finally be shedding light on the mystery. No pun intended. Scientists have dug into historical reports of earthquake lights from around the world, and their findings suggest that the stress on rocks during an earthquake generates an electric field, which could explain the mysterious glow. While it hasn't been proven yet, the theory offers a promising lead and might bring us closer to understanding the incredible phenomenon. The inexplicable goop. On a new island near Tonga in 2015, a submarine volcano erupted near Tonga, creating a brand new island. By 2018, NASA scientists arrived only to discover that they weren't the first visitors. Plants, a barnacle and terns had already made the new island their home. However, the island had quite a few additional unexpected surprises. Researchers discovered a mysterious clay-like mud that covered the island. This sticky substance visible in satellite photos had no clear origin. To add to the oddities, what appeared to be dark sandy beaches in the satellite images actually turned out to be beaches full of pea-sized rocks. The island's peculiar features currently defy explanation. 8. Why did the Earth go silent? Our planet is usually a very noisy place, but during the Paleo-Proterozoic era, roughly 2.2 to 2.3 billion years ago, the Earth went through a weird period of silence. During a 2018 study, researchers analyzed rocks from China, northern Canada, western Australia, and southern Africa, and the results were consistent. The data confirmed that the Earth's rock-forming processes went on vacation for about 100 million years. During this time, volcanic activity dwindled, tectonic plates barely moved, and sedimentation slowed dramatically. When things finally heated up again, volcanoes erupted anew and the continental crust began to change and fracture, shifting tectonic behavior to what we see today. The reasons for this ancient geological silence and its sudden end remain a mystery. 7. The Mad Mystery. In 2018, the Earth seemed to ring like a bell, with strange waves starting near the island of Mayotte by Madagascar, traveling across the planet for over 20 minutes. The weirdest part in all of this was the scientists didn't notice until a civilian checking a live seismograph feed flagged it. Seismologists were floored. These waves looked like the after effects of a powerful undersea eruption, but no eruption happened that day. Even stranger, the waves had a single repeating signal every 17 seconds, something you usually don't find with earthquakes. While there are theories about quiet earthquakes or collapsing magma chambers, the true cause of these mysterious waves remains unexplained. 6. How did an ancient bronze artifact end up in Alaska? A surprising discovery in Alaska has researchers shocked. A team from the University of Colorado found a prehistoric bronze artifact in a small buckle-like object buried in an ancient Inuit dwelling. The artifact, which yielded in radiocarbon date of roughly 600 CE, is about 2 inches in by 1 inch in and was possibly used as a belt buckle or part of a harness, with no known bronze production in Alaska at the time. The artifact, in all likelihood, came from East Asia, perhaps Korea, China, or southern Siberia. It could even have been traded from the steppe region, where bronze casting began thousands of years ago. Alternatively, it might have traveled with early Inuit who migrated from Siberia into Alaska about 1500 years ago, but nobody knows for sure. 5. The flashing light in deep space. In 2018, astronomers stumbled upon something totally unexpected. Researchers in Chile witnessed 72 bursts of light from deep space, and the bursts were massive, ranging from 300 million to 15 billion kilometers across. They shone just as brightly as supernova, but didn't last nearly long enough. The best and brightest minds came together to figure out and theorized that this burst could be linked to a Type II supernova, which happens when a star sheds its outer layers after its core collapses. Others feel it might have been a fast-evolving luminous transient. Their theory proposes that during the early stages of a star's collapse, gas bubbles might form inside the star. When the star eventually goes supernova, these gas bubbles could explode, creating the intense bursts of light observed. For now, both theories are still being investigated. 4. Why are tomatoes more complex than humans? Tomatoes might seem more simple compared to humans, but they actually have a surprising genetic age. A tomato has about 32,000 genes, which is roughly 7,000 more than the number found in humans. This genetic idiosyncrasy dates back 70 million years, when tomato plant family tripled its gene count, and the process giving each gene 3 copies. Over time, unnecessary genes were lost, but the useful ones stuck around. Now, when we compare our genes, we humans are on a technique called alternative splicing, which allows one gene to be rearranged in various ways to perform different functions. How tomatoes manage to pack in so many genes is still unclear, but it might have helped them to survive the cataclysmic times on Earth when dinosaurs were going extinct. 3. The particles that are shattering physics. Something mysterious is erupting from the frozen ground in Antarctica, and it could shatter the world of physics as we know it. The phenomenon involves high-energy cosmic rays blasting through space, entering Earth and evaporating back into space. According to the standard model of particle physics, this shouldn't be possible at all. While low-energy particles can pass through miles of rock without being affected, high-energy particles typically collide with something soon after entering the Earth and never make it out. Scientists believe it might be a new kind of particle altogether, like a rare type of neutrino or something unusual with dark matter. Research combining data from Anita and another Antarctic observatory ice cube shows that these particles actually have less than 1 in 3.5 million chance of fitting into our current understanding of physics. 2. Why are giraffes getting skin disease? Since the early 19th, giraffes have been plagued by puzzling skin disease affecting both wild and active populations, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. Experts are still investigating whether this condition is a result of multiple diseases or if environmental factors are to blame. The cause, how it spreads, its potential impact on other species, and even the possible treatment remain unknown. Fortunately, Fred Berkovich, director of Save the Giraffes, believes that this issue shouldn't be the main focus of conservation efforts just yet. For now, scientists are still trying to determine how the disease impacts the giraffe's reproduction and mobility, which will help guide future conservation strategies. 1. The blobs deep inside the earth. Buried miles below the surface lie two enormous mysteries known as the blobs. Okay, scientists call them large low shear velocity provinces, but the blobs sounds way more fun, right? These giant structures, one under Africa and the other beneath the Pacific, have been puzzling scientists since they were first discovered in the 17th. And here's the thing, we still don't know much about them. We don't know how old they are, how they formed, or what they're even doing down there. Their density and impact on Earth's geology is still up for debate. But what we do know is that these blobs are massive and incredibly hot, way hotter than Mount Everest. To give you an example of just how big they are, if they were on Earth's surface, the International Space Station would have changed its course to not hit them. Incredible, right? And that's a wrap. If you found these unexplained discoveries fascinating, then you'll definitely want to check out our other fascinating, shocking, scientific videos. We will see you next time. And also, what's the coolest thing you've ever discovered? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you. Take care.